Dear mamas, we need to make time for joy and create space to celebrate ourselves and each other. Let's throw our heads back and laugh from our bellies. Let's be free amongst each other. Let's affirm our sisterhood. Let's shine. In today's episode of Dim Black Mamas, we celebrate our favorite Black mamas of television, film, and literature, as well as discuss our favorite creatives, moments with our own mamas and our children. We're talking about the best advice, dreams for our children, and spreading joy and enjoying some much-needed, well-deserved laughter. We hope you have as much fun listening as we did recording. And please invest in us. When you invest in Dim Black Mamas, you're investing in a platform curated by 3 Black women actively cultivating spaces rooted in healing, creativity, and liberation for Black mamas. Here's some ways you can help us to continue to be Black Mama Built. Don't just listen, subscribe, share with at least one person, follow us on social media at Dim Black Mamas Podcast, engage through social media comments, DM us, or email us with questions at dimblackmamas@gmail.com. Join our email list by visiting our website, or you can become a patron, purchase merch, or give a one-time donation. And all those links are in our show notes on our website and also in the bio of our social media platforms. For full show notes, check our website, dimblackmamas.com. And now, let's get free, y'all, and jump into episode 34 of
Dim Black Mamas.
Welcome back to The Ride. It's the best podcast in the universe. I love my new opening. I'm Crystal Tennille Irby, mother of 4, 3 boys and 1 girl, and I am currently sitting in the corner of my bedroom recording and contemplating all of my life choices.
And I am Thea Monnier, mother of 3 girls, also quarantined to the bedroom to record.
And I am Nikisha Killings, and that is my child yelling in the background. Mother of 4. Welcome to that quarantine life.
Welcome to that quarantine life.
Nikisha and Thea are safe in California.
We are.
Whoop whoop.
We are.
Garcetti.
We in that bubble.
Newsom.
True.
It's like the Shaq and Kobe of pandemic teams. Right. But that time, couldn't nobody tell us shit in LA, right? We had Kobe and Shaq. That's how I feel right now with Garcetti and Newsom.
Y'all got the dream team.
We got the dream team.
What y'all got in South Carolina, Crystal? What y'all got?
We are working with a bunch of undrafted players who didn't even get college scholarships. That's what we got.
Sunset Park. Y'all working with the team from Sunset Park?
Time to get live.
Get to bail people out of jail to get them on the
Park,
team.
what time is it?
People's grades is down. They can barely stay on the team.
Yes, that is what we're working with. So I'm in South Carolina and we're all going through the Rona, but we still gonna give y'all an episode. This is our Mother's Day episode.
Yay.
Side note, we also want to say that we know we might get a lot of people trying to migrate west in this situation. We ask that you respect the flattening of the curve.
Don't bring your fevers over here.
I resent that. I think that is state phobia.
It is state phobia.
I wholeheartedly reject that. I think that if people...
You know how South Carolina was the first to secede from the nation?
We're not talking about that right now.
We're
not.
Yeah. I'm all for secession right now. Let's do it.
I resent that and I reject that. If people, especially Black people, feel like they need to go somewhere to feel safe, then I think that they should be welcomed with loving, open, and healing arms.
We're not saying...
I'm saying don't come here. I'm saying
Nikisha said it.
Come
California always has the
here.
strictest rules, right? We have the strictest rules on gun laws. I mean, that's due to the Black Panthers, but still, we have the strictest laws. As a therapist, my shit is rigid. Folks be in New York never having to take another class in their life. In LA, we have to take multiple units every 2 years, turn it in and pay the fee. So I'm just saying, why should we vary from that now when it's been working?
Because folks may be fleeing for freedom. Folks may be fleeing for their lives.
Y'all should have voted different.
I'm so okay with that. As long as their temperatures are below 98.6.
I am not. Y'all should have voted different. Stay over there where you at.
Again, all of the statements made on Dim Black Mama's podcast do not reflect the opinions and ideas of every host on Dim Black Mama's podcast. And Thea has a new mic, so she's extra fancy today.
I'm extra fancy today,
She
so I can be
is.
heard, y'all. Can you hear me?
I know that our opinions are going to be strong and loud, but
they're going to be and crystal clear.
I wholeheartedly disagree with that notion.
I just thought of one exception. There's one exception that I will allow across the border.
Okay.
Mothers who have never spent this much time with their kids and they just can't take one more minute. Y'all, come on.
Those are our refugees.
Come on, mothers.
That we will accept in California at this time.
No, y'all on the edge. Just come on over.
What if they come without their kids, though?
That's
well,
what I
those,
expect.
I mean, that may actually work because
This is what I expect. They are fleeing their children.
God.
Come on over, get a little respite, go back.
98.6.
98.6. Speaking of mothers, we just want to bring you some joy and laughter.
And discrimination.
And no, not discrimination.
And discrimination. Wait, last thing. So my husband is literally every day absorbing everything he can about this virus. He said that the company that they're proposing to do the vaccine is called Gilead.
Ooh.
And for those of you who watch The Handmaid's Tale,
it is called Gilead.
I'm not too comfortable with these connections.
Doesn't grocery shopping already feel like we're The Handmaid's Tale? When they walk through the aisles and they're bare.
I almost had a full-blown anxiety attack grocery shopping. It's bad to have an anxiety attack while wearing a mask because you need air and you want to take off the mask. But if you take off the mask, you might get the Rona and people gonna look at you crazy. And it's just a lot. It was just a lot. It was a lot, y'all. I only go like every 2.5 weeks. I go when people in here look like they're about to turn on me.
Yeah, you hit me up the other day like, I only have a few vegetables left. I don't want to go. What we gonna do?
I'm down to like a flaccid carrot and half an onion. That may or may not, it may be going clear on me. You know, when it's going clear, that's not right.
All we can do at this point is build our immune system. Which
if you plug that juice cleanse, I know something. People, do not listen to Crystal. This is not the time. Okay? This ain't the time for juice cleanses.
What you eating, Nikki?
Jelly beans. Mind your business. This is not the time to deprive yourself. Okay? You eat whatever brings you joy in this moment. That's what I'm gonna say. This ain't the time.
You eat whatever causes a pre-existing condition. Clog them arteries. You go out on your terms, damn it.
The audience knows what I'm talking about. This ain't the time to be dieting. If you got your quarantine 15 like I do, just hold on to it. It's extra cushioning. It's warmth for the fall, for the winter.
15. I'll tell you what to cure you at that grocery store. I'd be like, how many crackers did you eat? You know they only got the small rolls. How many crackers did you eat? They'd be like, can we have a sandwich? Yes, you could take one slice of bread and fold it in half. Because I have week 1, week 2 written on the food.
Oh.
They'll run through it. I have to stash stuff, hide stuff. It's a mess.
So they can't get no more bread till week 2?
No, not if you use up the week 1 bread.
It.
You know what? You better use some of these wraps. You better use some of these frozen tortillas. It's the first tuna taco that I've ever seen, but you're going to have it.
That's cold-blooded. That's
Cold-blooded. Girl, let me tell you, it went down over some almond milk. They tried to crack over that week 2 almond milk. I said, excuse me. Excuse me. What do you think you're doing? Okay. I armor up like Will Smith in I Am Legend.
When you're going to the grocery store, yeah.
And then I have to come back. My husband's a one-man hazmat team.
Yes.
He'll bring clothes outside. I have to change outside.
Yes.
It's just inhumane.
Yes.
It's just a mess.
All we can do right now, people, because I just walk around like everybody has it. That's just my assumption.
That's me too.
And so all we can do right now is build our immune systems, So right now I'm doing a 3-day juice cleanse to recalibrate and build my immune system. But I'm lying. I'm really doing it for clarity and peace of mind because
because this quarantine is a revelation. You know,
Listen, you know what else brings you clarity? Vodka. All I'm saying.
is it week 1 vodka?
Get it how you live it.
Is it week 1 or week 2 vodka?
It ain't gonna make it to week 2.
Oh my God.
But liquor stores are still open, so you good.
There's a place out here that delivers margaritas.
You can get weed delivered right now. Is weed essential?
Yeah.
For a lot of folks, real talk, for a lot of folks. Dear God, I wish I was in California. Dear God. Okay, so the show lineup is, as usual, church announcements, mac and cheese, and Black Mama Say. So let's roll into our church announcements and prayer list requests. I don't even know if we need to do church announcements because everything's been canceled. So I don't even. Okay.
I have a couple announcements.
Of course.
This bitch been hitting deadlines. Still.
Oh, I have a couple announcements. Oh, God.
Okay.
Go on, lay it on us.
Oh, let me chill on y'all. I can't even reach her in this corner. I gotta dig deep. Dig.
We in the trenches.
Dig deep. Where is it? Here we go. Okay. There we go. There we go. Hello, beloveds. Here are this episode's church announcements and prayer list request. Ooh. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in.
Ooh.
Feel that peace. Feel that peace.
I feel something.
You know, I almost didn't let you get through it because in the middle of you doing that, I had a thought and I was like, we should have somebody come on and talk about yoni steaming.
Ooh.
We should. No, real talk, we should.
Her intro bring that to mind?
That's what the spirit brought to mind.
What happens is I bring in the spirit, Nikisha. I bring in the spirit. Whatever comes up in that moment is authentic.
Or maybe it was the expression on her face was the expression I had when I did my first yoni steam.
You know, I just want a little something, just a little something on the podcast, just a smidge.
Not today, not today.
Which is our Black Mama Say.
That is our Black Mama
It's
Say.
just early.
I bring shit full circle.
It's early.
That wasn't even a full circle, bitch. That was like a quarter. We ain't even through the announcements. You didn't announce the Black Mama Say.
Okay.
It's a teaser for later, for what's to come.
Wait, so nobody got an announcement?
I just have a prayer request, praying for all the people who are still working to help us make it through the coronavirus, putting them on the prayer list, and also all of the people in red states.
Yes, Lord. Do it, Lord. I felt that. All the families impacted. You know, we know it's hitting our community really hard.
Really
Detroit,
hard.
Baltimore, Louisiana is getting hit really hard. You know, I know people whose family members have it and who are themselves recovering from it. Garcetti said, if we turn to the book of Garcetti, that in these coming weeks, you will know people, you know, you will know families and friends, and you will meet people who have it. And so that's really starting to happen. So we definitely want to keep those people on the prayer list. I also want to send a special care package out to D Nice. I have no idea how you are DJing every single night.
Like, it's amazing.
Club Quarantine's open every night. I don't know how.
And there have been so many artists that are doing things, not even just, you know, musicians, but poets that are like making adjustments and still bringing us creativity that inspires us and heals us and brings us joy. So keep those people on your prayer list and support those people in some way, shape, or form, however they're asking for support, if you can.
I would also like to put a request out there for celebrities to not tell us to stay at home while standing in front of their pools. I just feel some kind of way. I mean, I appreciate the call to action. You could actually lean into the camera, fill it with your face so that we can't see the background of your mansion. That's a suggestion.
And your view and all the land and outdoors that you have to run around in. Yeah.
I just get lost in the message when I see the glistening pool behind you. So, or, maybe just like edit that out. These are just preferences. Take them or leave them. Take them or leave them.
That's really all that I have. I don't have anything coming up. All my shit has been canceled. Okay, who's next for prayer list requests? Oh, Thea, you want to go last because you got announcements?
Yeah, we're going to just leave her last. Follow Nikki and Nikki, Lactation Career Consultants. If you are in or interested in the field of lactation, we are doing weekly Q&As, live Q&As for COVID. It's been pretty cool. We've had some great conversations, and we'll keep doing them as long as there is a need. It is a live webinar through GoToWebinar. You have to register.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then we make it available later for listening as well.
Okay, so we'll put the link in our show notes.
Yes. So that's the main thing I'm doing in prayer. Just pray for us. Like I said last time, keep praying for this move we're trying to make with the babies. And we need
to make it today.
Right?
Oh, that should go on the COVID
That's on the list.
That's on the COVID list.
All my life, I tried to make it to the top. They told me no.
Yeah.
Said I couldn't, but I didn't stop. Hammer fans out.
I'll need that prayer. I'll need all your cousins and uncles and everybody else who's on the morning prayer Zoom call with the family. Go ahead and tell them to pray for my family as we move across the
family
country.
Prayer Zoom calls.
Somebody's doing the 6 a.m. Zoom prayer call.
I know the people who are doing it.
Tell them to add us. That's all I got. Now, Thea.
Well, listen, y'all. Here's what I want y'all to know. I have been still and listening and obedient.
It's amazing what your stillness looks like compared to what other folks' stillness looks like.
I have been gardening, and I'm happy things are starting to bud. That's beautiful. But real talk, a bitch is dropping a national commercial.
I can't take it. I can't even take it.
You might see your girl on a GoDaddy commercial. I'm just going to lather this up. You might see your girl on a GoDaddy commercial or two.
This is like the perfect time to drop a national commercial. You know how much TV is being watched right now?
So much. So far, there's been sightings on CNN, Fox. If you see it, you let me know, okay? Just text a bitch, okay? Hit us up at themblackmamas@gmail.com. GoDaddy's doing an Open We Stand campaign to support small businesses during this time and entrepreneurs. So there's some stuff that will be coming out through there that I've been very honored to work with them on. I really like working with them, if you haven't noticed. And well, by the time this comes out, I will have launched Shaping the Shift, which is my podcast. Yes. I'm really excited about it, about navigating change and uncertainty for dreamers and entrepreneurs.
Pause for the cause. I just want to take a moment and just acknowledge what stillness looks like. So I too have been still on this juice cleanse, and all my shit has been canceled. Nikisha has been still and is creating her own Q&A webinars. Thea has been still, and she's dropping a national commercial and launching a podcast. I'm not saying it can't happen for you, but what I am saying is that
well, I will say that this came through the stillness.
I've been still. I've been working my steps. I've been praying every morning. You see, I'm doing this juice cleanse.
You are right.
And all my stuff has been canceled. So what I
Crystal, I just think it's going to come in a lump sum.
Like my student loan payoff.
Right. I think it's just going to be a lump sum. I think that's what's going to happen for you.
What I want to tell listeners is this. Just judge yourselves accordingly. That is all I'm saying. Stillness looks different and diverse for everyone, as you can see on this podcast. Tell us about Shaping the Shift.
So Dem Black Mamas has a new baby sister podcast.
Yes.
Called Shaping the Shift. I'm really excited.
Which will probably have double the episodes that Dem
Oh, God.
Oh, by the time this episode comes out, double. Go ahead.
No, so follow Shaping the Shift podcast on Instagram.
Yes.
Or visit the website.
You got a website already? It took us
Forget it.
A
Forget it.
year before we had a website for this podcast. And I know you got a logo. I was going to just speak on the logo and be like, oh, you know, the logo is popping. I like the logo. But you dropped a website. Okay. I can, you know what?
You want those Cheetos a little bit more now, don't you?
Yes. Fuck this juice cleanse.
That's all I'm saying. This ain't the time to deprive ourselves. We're going through collective trauma.
Keisha, she was vulnerable. That is not the time you slide her Cheetos.
Take whatever makes you feel happy.
That's how you get folks hooked on them substances.
We're going to work it off later.
So you got the website, then what?
Girl, wait till you see this website, bitch.
Wait.
Wait till you see.
No, Daddy, can a sister get some help? I've been with y'all for years. I have never used another person for my website.
I've never strayed.
Go, Daddy. Can you at least give me half off? I'm not even asking you to build a website. I'm not asking you to promote my podcast. I'm just asking for half off.
God.
Can you do that for me, Go Daddy?
Oh
half
my God,
off.
this is so good.
Can you give our listeners?
And this is why
a
Crystal will be
discount?
coming on to Shaping the Shift podcast. You want to hear something cute? My guests are called Game Changers and Energy Shifters. Depends on which dynamic we're talking
You know what our
about.
guest is called? Welcome to the show, bitch. That's what our guest we talking.
My listeners are called Shift Shapers.
Yay! I can't.
It's so cute.
That's awesome.
You know what, Nikisha? That is the whitest, most patronizing. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I don't want people to think that we don't support you.
Yeah,
But it really
no.
makes you contemplate your own life decisions.
I got a new title. What am I? I'm a shift shaper. Is that what I am now?
You're a shift shaper.
All I
you
had to
shape
do
your shifts, bitch.
Was sit home and
Your
eat
shifts
the
don't shape you.
Cheetos.
You shape them shifts.
I got a new title.
Oh, Daddy, can our listeners get a code for a percentage off? That's all I'm asking.
That's not a bad ask.
That's not a bad ask.
That's actually a great thing.
Okay, shaping the shift, people. Shaping the shift.
I'm really excited, y'all. I'm nervous, but excited at the same time. And Crystal's giving me great advice.
What is the IG for shaping the shift?
Shaping the Shift podcast.
Shaping the Shift podcast. Okay, so go
That's
follow
lovely.
our new
So lovely. I want to shape the shifts.
shaping the
Shift my shape.
Isn't that cute?
All
Isn't
that
that
shift
cute?
my shape. Nikki said she wants to shift her shape.
And wait, can I play some of the intro music for you? Because, you know, Crystal, you're going to like, this is like your type of music. You'll be so proud of me.
We'll be able to hear theme music before the podcast is even launched, y'all. I'm telling you what.
It's amazing.
Ooh. I don't know. Maybe I should just eat nothing. And maybe
Ready, y'all?
Ready.
Here we go. You like that? Wait, it got another dip covered.
yeah.
Isn't that right? I think you may have one more thing. Let's see. I might use this too. Here comes my play part. Hey! Hey!
That's what you want. You want something that's like gonna bring like energy. And I think that's so different from a lot of the mindfulness or healing podcasts. Like we always think of mindfulness as bringing energy down and not necessarily bringing energy up. You know what I'm saying? I really like it. And it's you.
It's Cali. Got that little Cali bounce to it.
Yes. I'm from the South, so I was waiting for that bottom. I was waiting for the bass to drop.
Well, congratulations, Thea, on shifting the shape of your stillness.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. So does that conclude our church announcements and prayer list requests?
I think we're done.
We are. Okay. So here we go. Let's bring it back. Please keep these announcements and prayer list requests in mind. And for information as well as inspiration, follow us on all social media platforms at Dim Black Mamas and check out our website, dimblackmamas.com. Oh, bring it back. There we go. There we go. You can also become a patron. You can invest in Black Mama Magic and help us continue
Especially since
to
folks' gigs is canceled.
Yes. Help us pay some of these bills to keep this podcast going. So you can become a patron for as little as $2 a month. Every little bit helps. And we want to be Black Mama built so that we are accountable to you and only to you. So Thea, you want to take us into our mac and cheese segment?
I surely do. Joy is one of the tools that, we use to heal in real time. We talk about it all the time. We was on the cutting edge of that conversation. We're going to have some fun on this episode, which I'm excited about. I'm excited. We haven't done like a light fun loving episode in a minute. So we're going to have some fun with this episode and focus on some of our favorites when it comes to Black motherhood. So we're going to go through a couple different mediums and give our favorite Black mama. So right now, favorite Black mama on TV.
You already know who I'm going to say.
Who?
The original Aunt Viv.
Oh my God, Nikisha, for the love of God.
Shout out, Janet. Shout out.
She would never let it go.
I still got your back. She was done dirty. She was a great mom.
If she gets work consistently, it is because of you. I just don't understand why Tyler Perry hasn't hired her. I mean, he hires everybody. So TP, call Janet.
She's probably cussed him out at some point.
That's probably what down.
She's probably already cussed him out at some point. That's probably what's happening there.
Well, okay. Cicely Tyson does his movies.
She does.
She does everything.
And she does
everything.
well.
Felicia Rashad did his latest one.
Rashad. It's not a commentary on the movie itself. I'm just saying it's work. But, hey.
It's work. It's work. Crystal, who's your favorite television Black mom?
Okay, so I have a tie.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So my favorite Black mama character on TV is Rosalie from Underground.
Okay. That's a good one.
A close second is her mama, Ernestine.
Okay.
I like their relationship because Ernestine was always in real time. Like, no, I'm mothering like this because this is what's happening in real time. And Rosalie, I felt like, was aspirational in terms of her motherhood. So I thought it was like a great dynamic that happens between Black moms and Black daughters. But my honorable mention is Ryan Michelle Bath. Is that how you say her last name?
Yes.
She plays Ari on First Wives Club on BET Plus. If y'all looking for an escape right now, binge that show. It's really, really funny. And I love her character.
See that? I haven't seen that.
She's married to my fave.
Yeah, she's married to Sterling K. Brown. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
okay.
It's really, really good. And there's so many things that I like about the show. First of all, the woman who created it is from South Carolina.
Oh.
She worked with Issa Rae on Awkward Black Girl. She wrote Girls Trip. It's a really, 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 really good show. And I love Ryan's character on there. So those are my favorite Black mamas.
Fun.
Okay, so my favorite Black mama TV is Beth from This Is Us.
Yes.
She's also, though, my favorite Black television wife because the way she handles Randall is a lot. Let's just say it feels autobiographical at times. So let's just...
Randall is a lot, and she keeps it together.
And their love is so cute and adorable and wonderful. I love Beth. Like, Beth could be
the homie,
clearly, but she's a great mom, and she's a mom who didn't, sacrifice her dream.
That's a good one. I love me some Beth.
So I love Beth. So I'm coming back around. I'm gonna start with me and go back just because I don't want nobody to steal mine. Favorite Black mom in a film. Now, this is rough, y'all, because my whole life, my favorite Black film mom was Jennifer Lewis and What's Love Got to Do with It? Rougher. What do you mean rougher?
That's good.
However, somebody then came and competed for the crown, and it is Anjanou Ellis.
Yes.
And Dr. Maddie Moss Clark. I want you to know, okay, when she threw that shoe, my life changed. There was, let me tell you, it was how she threw the shoe. It was the stutter step. It was being so mad that you can barely get your own shoe off to throw it. She did that. When she came down, it was like, here's your note. Here's your note. Look at your mama. Here's your note. We all felt it.
I felt it.
We felt it. She was great. She was really, really great.
The movie. I don't know if I would have enjoyed it the same way at all without her.
I agree. And I felt like they had some really, really intense scenes. The thing I liked about her was her performance it wasn't flat. It was really multi-layered. Like when she gave Denise the pants as a gift, and she said, "I'm a hard woman. I push and I push and I push."
Ooh, and her relationship with Twinkie.
Yeah, her relationship with Twinkie. And so I had compassion and understanding for her behavior. It didn't make it right, but I understood. And it was only because of the way in which she performed it.
I would like to take a moment here to plug that I was on an album with Twinkie Clark once. That's all. I just want to
What?
Was it when she did the FAMU Gospel Choir?
Yes, I was in the FAMU Gospel Choir, and we recorded.
Okay.
Yeah, I did that back in the day.
You know, only Black people can turn being a part of a mass choir on a track on an album into I was on an album with Twinkie.
It happened. It happened.
It did happen.
Nikisha, you were on an album with Twinkie Clark.
Thank you.
You and 5,000 Black people in the back.
It is okay, Nikisha.
You know, it's fine.
We
it's
have
fine.
to
It's so
take
fine.
the moments we're given.
I would advise that within stillness, we operate in truth and
Nikisha was on an album with Twinkie
She
Clark.
was on an album with Twinkie Clark. Okay, fine.
I was not a student at Florida A&M University. That should be noted. That I
just
did,
happened to
however,
get
get to the choir and get on that album.
This is why I rewrite my bio, y'all. Because this is it. You know, I'd be like, I'm saying shit wrong. Like, this is how you supposed to say shit.
Nikisha was featured on an album with Twinkie Clark. That's all I have to say.
I learned a lot just now. Crystal, go in reverse order. Your favorite Black film mom.
Okay, so my favorite Black film mom is Angela Bassett from What's Love Got to Do with It.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, she was just absolutely phenomenal in that.
What am I supposed to do with two more kids, anime? What am I supposed to do with two more kids?
And, you know, I think one of the things that mothers are often afraid to do is shift and transform because they're afraid of how it's going to impact their kids. And she not only left that situation, but she also transformed her spiritual life. I think that was my favorite thing.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
They showed, how
they showed in the film. Yeah,
spiritual life
change.
led to her ultimate transformation and what it manifested. So yeah, she's my favorite.
Namio Renge.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows
We don't know
that.
nothing else. We know Namaste and
don't know nothing else. That and Mama say, Mama ma, Mumakasa.
That's it.
And there's a debate on what that translated.
We don't know. We don't know.
Don't matter.
We don't.
Don't matter. We know
it's the attention, Crystal. It's the attention you give behind it.
There you go.
Nikisha.
I got stuck on this one.
I got stuck too. And it really made me think, like, we don't have a lot of films that center Black motherhood.
Yeah. So okay, hear me out.
Oh
Lord.
Okay. She was never really seen on the screen mothering, but she had some kids. So
this says a lot about the refugee program that you've initiated. This is a lot about that refugee program.
So Suge Avery came to mind, and I was just stuck.
Did she have kids?
That's why her father disowned her, because she had some babies in the church. Yeah. So, but she was out living her best life, you know, following her dreams. Okay, maybe not the best example of motherhood.
Well, I don't want to seem judgmental, though. I mean, she had kids. She didn't have custody of her kids.
Well, the fact that I did not know Suge Avery had kids.
See, Daddy, sinners have souls, too.
I mean, sinners had soul, but I mean, I thought she had screwed around, but I know she had kids out
it was
there.
her daughter that was singing in the choir.
She knew she wasn't going to be the best possible mother for that child. So she, you know.
There we go. There we go.
She knew enough.
This is complex. This is deeper than I thought.
Yeah.
This is
Okay. I'm gonna go another way.
No, I think that one's good.
No, we should stick there. We need to stay there.
We need to stay there. Yeah.
We need to shape that shift.
There you go. Boom. Boom. That's it. That's what I had to offer.
Oh my God.
That's a good one.
See,
because her character is undeniable and unforgettable.
So,
yeah.
You know, she asked for no forgiveness, makes no apology. She is who she
made
is.
No apologies for who she was. And Margaret Avery really lifted that character off the pages of that book.
So I want to be able to throw shoes at children. Yes. And Keisha wants to just disappear altogether and live her best life.
Am I the only one who wants to transform within motherhood? Am I the only one? Look at me. Look at me shaping the shift.
Oh my God. It just works for everything.
It works for everything. Okay, what's next?
Okay, next is favorite Black mama in a book. Like favorite Black mama book character. We can go with Crystal first this time.
So this is by one of my favorite writers who I who I hope to emulate in terms of what I'm able to write someday. There's this book called If I Had a Red Dress, and it's by Pearl Cleage. And the character in the book is Joyce Mitchell. And the reason that I like this character is because she's had such a traumatic life. She's a widow. Her husband died in a very traumatic way, but she's reshaping her. Reshaping her life. Shaping the shit.
There it is.
I swear to God, I'm using clips from this episode. Shaping the ship. You haven't got to give me clips.
Okay. So she adopts a baby girl, and she starts dating this man. She starts a sewing circle for Black girls only. And she's just beginning to demand more of the people in her life who say that they're supporting her. For example, the man that she's dating, she questions, what does it mean to protect Black women? I love the way that Pearl writes. And I think that this character is just so well-rounded. And it's about adult relationship. It's really about how do you build a sustainable relationship among adults who've been through some real shit.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I was asked to read and review a book called Conjure Woman by Afia Atakora. I hope I'm saying it right. And the mother in this book, without giving away too much, is Miss Maybell. And she's a healer during times of slavery, and teaching her daughter what she knows in this community and of the old ways, as they call them, to help keep her people safe. I mean, all the ways that healing women, which, I really identify with, are pivotal to our community in terms of protection, in terms of well-being. And so between her life and what she teaches her daughter, and then her daughter taking over, the Civil War happens. When people got free, the way they turned on the teachings of this woman is like a fascinating unraveling of someone who went from being such a high fixture in the community to, now that we free in their land and adopting their ways, we no longer feel our ways are as valid, and a way that we kind of like dismiss healing women, like even now, like we're in this coronavirus crisis, and like it's the teachings of our grandmothers and our great grandmothers and what they told us to cook and what they told us to eat and what they told us to do if a child was sick, right? Those things would be so valuable right now, but many of us have turned our back on those teachings. So the character's name is Miss Maybell. I'm really enjoying reading her. I'm mostly through the book. I definitely encourage people to read it. I wouldn't say anything until I read it. So I wanted to make sure I read it. It was good. And I'm really enjoying it. And it goes back and forth between the mother's life and the daughter's life.
Oh, I love books like that. That's kind of how Margaret writes. And I love books like that. So yeah.
Okay, Nikisha, give it out.
Okay, so I decided upon a well-known book turned film because I really just enjoy watching Loretta Devine, Mother, on Waiting to Exhale.
Yes. It also showed the complexity of companionship between sometimes single mothers and their sons.
Absolutely.
And their singlehood,
I think what's amazing about that movie is that she had the scenes that people remember. I mean, outside of the fire scene where Angela Bassett sets the car on fire, I think that she has the most memorable scenes in that movie.
Well, I also remember a white woman can have your leather wearing in the summertime ass. That is also a scene that I revere.
Yeah, you revere that, but whenever someone's talking about the Black man,
I'm doing better.
You are doing better, but I'm just saying you tend to hang on.
That a lot of my trauma is rooted in growing up in LA during the 90s.
I will do a show about that.
Yeah, we should do a whole show. Houston has healed me. Houston
did heal you.
Houston
did heal you.
Chicago, seeing Black men show up for Black women was very powerful for me.
She's one of my favorites, especially when he asked what she cooked, and she's like, "Oh, just a little something," and she rattles off.
Just a little collard greens, mac and cheese. Somebody did that, reenacted that recently. Who was that? I saw that
Cherish Today.
Yes, they reenacted
so
that
cute.
scene.
Oh, if y'all not watching Cherish Today, y'all need to binge Cherish Today.
Yeah, that was really cute. That was
a
good
one.
Now we're doing favorite Black mama creative. Oh, we're gonna go back to Nikisha.
Okay, so this is an interesting one. I was not necessarily a fan of this person until I read her book, and I was able to really get to know her a lot better. Gabrielle Union.
Wow. Okay, that's a good one.
Awesome.
Yeah, so We're Going to Need More Wine is her book. It really gives you some insight into who she is, and it talks about her desire for motherhood. She very intensely desired to become a mother. She now has beautiful children from her blended marriage, but also has her own baby now as well. And watching her mother and watching her grow into this new season of her life is really a beautiful thing to behold. So,
and she's had very non-traditional forms of motherhood.
Yeah.
And she's had situations that not every mother has to encounter, including supporting a trans child. Her experience of motherhood has been so diverse and so beautiful to watch, and demonstrates such a strong commitment to actually wanting to mother.
That was a good one. That's a really
good one.
That's a really good one. That's a really good one.
Crystal.
Okay. So again, I have a tie.
Okay.
You know, I feel like Ntozake Shange and I have some sort of thing.
I feel that way about Octavia Butler.
Yes, it's the thing. Like the year that I was born, For Colored Girls opened on Broadway. And I think that is just a sign.
Is that a sign for everyone of the whole year?
No, it's for me.
Okay.
Even though when I met her, I totally froze and did not say a word. Just like, I had dinner with her for 2 hours and just stared.
Oh my God. That was such a gift though.
It was.
You got to meet her.
But I honestly read For Colored Girls at least once a year. And I learn something new every time I read or see something new. And it's a testament of a piece of work that you can grow into and grow with and rediscover. And I love people who can create like that.
Yeah.
And my next one is who I mentioned before, Pearl Cleage, just because she writes across all genres. And I want to be able to someday emulate that. And if you've never read any of her work, she has a play called Flying West, which is about women who moved out west after enslavement. Oh, and Letters to My Daughter is a nonfiction book that she wrote. And it's about questioning as a Black mama creative and watching all of your friends blow up and you haven't gotten your glow up yet. And so you're just wondering when your time is coming. That book may help you shape your shit. That's how we have to say it. Shape your shit.
We're figuring it out. We're being organic. We'll figure it out.
So those are mine.
Those are good.
So my favorite Black mom creative is my friend Cece Weaver.
God, we have to have Cece on the show. We have to have her on the show. We do.
Her Instagram is at CEASYDOESIT. Cece does it. Cece's my favorite Black mom creative because she is a doctor.
A whole doctor.
A mother of three, a whole doctor on the front lines of this right now. She has 3 children and she is literally the most creative person I can think of. Like, she can do anything. She makes amazing cookies with designs, anything she thinks of creative that she wants to do. And she gets an idea. She DIYs everything. She's just freaking unstoppable.
She's an author.
Yeah, but she's written a children's book, Nana's Puzzle. Like, she's just unstoppable. Like, she's one of my favorite creative people. When I see her, I think it reminds me that when I come up across something that I don't know how to do, but I'm interested in or I want to know how to do, like, I think, what would Cece do? And Cece would just like figure it out, try it and experiment and have fun with it. And she brings that to so many things. She organized our friend's Zoom party. And it wasn't just like a Zoom party like I would do, like, let's get on this call and say happy birthday. She had found places that would deliver stuff. She had games where she would cash out people prizes. Like, she was just, so she had her son dressed up like a DJ.
Oh my gosh.
So in the background, it looked like a party was going on. She thought of everything. She's very prolific as a creative mom, and I just want to give her a shout out.
It's not even that she spends a lot of money when she does everything, but her creativity is top notch.
Yeah, absolutely. She did that after a shift at the hospital during COVID-19. A super supporter. Like, she's determined to get me and Ayala together. You know, the real Ayala. I got Jay. She's wonderful. I'm so lucky we know her. And so she's my favorite Black mom creative. Okay, now we're going to kind of switch to a little bit more personal, right? What is your favorite moment with your mom? This is hard.
I can go. So I was all the way pregnant, like 9 months. And my mom came in to stay here with us for a couple of months. My husband was deployed for the entire time. And so my mother came in to stay with us. You all know that she just came through in the clutch. Her love language is cooking, food. So she held the sister down. I'm talking about breakfast in bed and took care, really mothered me in a moment where I needed it the most. I will never, ever forget that. I cherish that time and just will always have, such gratitude. And she just really showed for me what it means to show up for your child.
And that it never ends.
it never, ever ends. So love my mama, appreciate her so much for that. And I hope to extend that same gift to my girl someday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my favorite moment with my mom, when I was having RJ and they came in and told me that I was going to have a C-section, and I was crying and I didn't want to do it, but his heart rate was dropping. And my mom was like, what is going on? And I was like, I want to have a baby naturally. And she just looked at me and was like, you don't have to prove anything to anybody. The most important thing is for this child to enter the world.
Yeah.
And that brought me back to what the moment was really about, which is
right.
bring the child into this world. And my mother, I think for me, has always been a person who isn't judgmental at all. That to me is symbolic of how my mother never judged me or judged what I do. She just makes space and doesn't stand in the way of it. That's probably my favorite moment with my mom. And she didn't even want to be in the birthing room, but her being in the room with me in that moment and just really, I think, clearing the way for RJ to come into the world was like one of my most beautiful and favorite moments with her.
I hear her voice.
That was my...
Let me mute.
Oh, okay.
Mute. Go ahead.
Everybody just bring her food and tea. I want y'all to understand the reason this bitch ain't taking no juice cleanse is because people bring her food and tea. Now, if you have to go fix that shit yourself, you would be on a goddamn juice cleanse. I didn't see that door open twice with deliveries.
Mind your business.
Full plates of food.
Mind your business.
Full plates of food. She didn't eat Cheetos. I don't know what the fuck was on that plate, but it wasn't no Cheetos. It was a full-fledged meal. Cast iron skillet type meal, y'all. Stop a meal. And she telling y'all to go out here and eat Cheetos. I think we can call this out. I think we can call this in. Them ain't no Cheetos, Keisha.
Mind your business.
And she telling y'all to go out and eat Cheetos while she get handed her husband with no damn shirt on, bring it in. Fucking, I just want y'all to know what the fuck is going on here, right? You can't always just be listening to folks. You gotta look at how they live.
You know what?
You gotta look at how they live. She's sitting there making me so mad about what's going on in life. She got people bringing her plates of food with no shirt. I'm confused. I am confused. Okay? Okay? But you understand the truth, people. And if you want more of this truth, you can find me a sheep.
Oh, we off the rails. We completely off the rails today.
Okay, we're looking for the best.
I hope y'all laughing out there. I hope y'all
That threw
laughing.
me. Oh my God. Let me just wait, see if this door gonna open up. Anyway, back to favorite mother moment. Okay, let me pull my shit together.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. Oh.
Food will get you every time, Thea.
It was just food, you know what I'm saying? It was surface. It was the whole thing. I'm a Leo. That was like clearly worship. Clearly worship. Okay, let me pull it together. My Leo-ness came all the way out. My favorite moment with my mom is, I think I shared this story before, I'm sure. I was separating in my marriage, and I was looking for apartments, and I found one finally after weeks of searching, and it was out of my budget, out of my price range, but I knew it was the place where I was supposed to go and heal. And the night before I was supposed to like sign the papers and turn over all this money, I called my mom and I was like, I'm like afraid, like it's, $600 more a month that I'm used to paying. I got the girls, it'll be one income. And she was like, you have to choose now if you're going to have a spirit of fear or a spirit of power. And she's like, when you leave someone, you have to upgrade. You can't let anybody else come to your doorstep without knowing that you can do this for yourself or better, and that they have to be able to meet this or better. And that advice just shifted everything in my thinking. She said, once you have peace, you'll pay anything for it. $600 won't feel like anything. And
that's a sermon.
Where is my pen? Where is my pen?
I moved in.
Pause for the cause. I used to call this place the sanctuary.
The sanctuary. It was beautiful, y'all.
She was living in
beautiful
Lamert, and like if you opened the windows, it just felt like she had central air up in that bitch. Like the
Yeah.
wind,
Oh God.
oh, the wind. Oh yeah. The wind would just flow through that place.
Wind and light. It was just so much light. Big windows, hardwood floors.
I stayed with her one time, and I swear I must have laid on that couch in the living room for 6 hours.
You did. You were fine.
And I didn't have the TV on or nothing. It was just so peaceful. Oh,
it was such a peaceful. It was such a peaceful home.
You're drawn to spaces like that, though. Your home now is like that, inside and out. Yep.
You know, growing up, my home didn't feel peaceful for a period of time. So I think one of the most important things in the world to me is to have peace in my home. But her advice, you know, I just did what I had to do. I moved in. I didn't have any furniture. I think I may have had my bed, but I would get up and be so grateful in that place and just bathe in that light and that air in the middle of that emptiness. And I just felt the peace that she was talking about every day. And within 30 days, people were giving me, do you need a couch? Do you need a table? Do you need this? Do you need that? I mean, I don't think people even noticed that nothing in that house matched. Nothing was like matched or new or bought. All of it was like given and donated to me. And I want every home I have to feel that way. And I think about that every time. Like every time I'm afraid to do something, I think I have to choose to have a spirit of fear or a spirit of power. Her not giving me any wiggle room in that decision was really powerful. And I think it's something that I found myself doing for clients a lot. It's like you have two choices, not a million, not 5. You have 2. It changed my life. Like it completely changed my life. It shifted. So, favorite moment with your children. I'll go first on this one because it's more recent. So my favorite moment to date with my kids was beyond.
Oh, I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say.
Taking them to Panama. Like our trip to Panama was so amazing. Like we have always been close. Me and my girls have always been close, but taking them there to where my dad's family's from and taking them out the country for the first time and their first sport being their grandfather's home country and like learning more about it and seeing them be island girls. Like we have an island nature to us in our family, but in California, either white, Black, Asian, or Mexican. That's how people see it out. There's not a variety of Blackness as like, you know, in New York, they would have, you know, or like even in Florida, there's a lot of West Indian culture. And there's a lot of Afro-Latin culture. So that would have been very different for me to grow up around, but out here, it's not. And so for them to even see it and be exposed in it, there were so many beautiful moments, like seeing them run through the grass and run beneath the coconut trees and like in the rain. But the biggest moment during that time was they have these shallow pools, these natural pools in the Atlantic Ocean in between the San Blas Islands. And I had never heard of the fact that, you know, wherever you find clusters of islands, people could walk from island to island sometimes because you never imagine that the ocean gets shallow that far out. You know, there's parts where you can literally stand in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And so they took us to one of those natural pools and we all get out and like their eyes were just so filled with amazement and wonder. And I felt like from this point on, their baseline, that to say that I stood in the middle of the ocean is your baseline for your life now. And I felt like it just raised the bar for them and for their subsequent, you know, children and so on and so forth. So to date, that's still one of the most beautiful moments.
So my favorite moment with my children, it's not a certain moment, but there are these times when something inside me unlocks. And it's usually a moment when something within me is healed. And I can see me breaking a cycle. I can remember a specific moment with our daughter where we were talking about parenting, you know, and she was questioning like why her mom and dad do this or whatever, but just questioning like parenting. And in that moment, I looked at her and I said, you know, everything your parents do isn't always about you. It impacts you, but it's not always about you because your parents are people beyond parenting. They had a life before you that had absolutely nothing to do with you that they're bringing into their parenthood. And I remember in that moment, it unlocked something inside of her and helped her see her parents in a different way. But it also unlocked something inside of me and the way in which I saw my father. And those are like the best moments for me because I'm healing in real time, but also I can see a cycle breaking within them, where from this moment forward, people in our family are going to see their parents as whole and full individuals and learn what's about them and what's about their parents. So those are the moments.
And that they're separate.
And that they're separate.
And that they're human.
Yeah.
Having their own human experience.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love that. Wow. I'm learning from that as well. It's helpful for me to know that's a conversation I can have and just to be intentional about breaking those cycles and talking about that. So my favorite moments are we do these amazing road trips as a family, and has been from day one. When I married my husband, we road trip. We packed up all my stuff from Florida and drove it to California, where he was stationed at the time. And so every time he has a change of station, we drive to the next place traditionally. And we've done that zigzag across from East Coast to West Coast 3 times now as a family with kids. And unfortunately, we won't be able to do that this time because, that Rona. We're not trying to stop in every city and pick up whatever's in hotels and stuff. But our sweetest moments happen when we're driving along in places we've never been and just showing the kids, hey, look at that. Look how different the landscape is here. And, talking about what we're seeing and stopping, just saying, okay, this is a good time to get out and just explore, what we see outside of our window. And it feels like there's nobody else in the world but us as a family. And we're, connecting in a way that we cannot do, at home with devices and distractions and work and all that. Everything stops when we're on a road trip. There's no work to be done. It's just focusing on family time. And those, like we get those books. They're like, what would you do if, and just ask each other, hundreds of questions to really, just have some conversations that we never would have had and get to know each other. And I cherish those and continue to look forward to more and more of those times as the children get older and can engage in even deeper ways.
That seems so freeing to just stop and to look outside your window and say, hey, I want to stop here and just see what happens. That is like such a moment of abundant freedom.
Yeah.
That, we just don't do or have the opportunity to do in our everyday life. I love that.
Yeah.
I've always shied away from driving across country. Rashad wants to do that.
Because I want to say the key to that is a large vehicle.
Yeah, I know. Real talk.
Oh,
real
listen.
talk.
We're the largest we've ever been right now. We were thinking about taking an RV this time because we don't want to be in the car. Like we were thinking of doing it differently.
That is the key because, baby, them kids would drive you crazy in that car.
Yeah.
That's really how I thought about it, as being like trapped. Really? But now
you have a lot of space, it doesn't feel that way anymore.
Also, like seeing it through the eyes of, we can literally look out the window and say, I want to stop here. That transformed how I look at it now. Like I see it as an opportunity for freedom, because it's an actually abundant freedom, because it's an opportunity to just explore whatever you see in front of you. And we don't,
found some really cool stuff along the way that way, like butterfly farms. So that's the moments that we love. It doesn't miss me that this is a freedom that generations before did not have, right? That they couldn't just stop.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, that really transformed how I look at that. That really did.
Big cars, big vehicles.
That's the key. I'm not a minivan person, but that's
no,
the way to go.
I become.
Let me tell you something about a minivan. We took a minivan when we went to go see Cher graduate in Florida. Girl, let me tell you.
It makes you want one. I want one now.
It makes you want one. It's, you just be like, oh God, it's so much, and the space in the middle. Like, oh God.
Stand up and walk back.
Yeah.
This is great. Yeah.
So what is the best motherhood advice you've ever received on being a mother? Crystal, I saw you look like you want to go first. I just thought, go ahead.
The best advice that I've been giving about being a mother is, remember how you want this moment to be remembered. So whenever I'm upset, or whenever I feel like I don't have time to do something with my children, for my children, or I'm upset with my children, I learn to take a moment and think about how I want them to remember the moment and how I want to be remembered in the moment. And that really can transform the moment, because it reminds me that I'm raising adults, and what they
I always say that.
Yeah. And what they get here will impact them and reverberate. Right. And when I look back on the moment, I want to be proud of myself. I want to be able to say, I transformed, I changed, I made this choice. And so that's the best advice that I've ever gotten as a mother, is always remember how you want the moment to be remembered.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps me create moments because I'm often a person who I want a lot of things to happen organically. So sometimes I don't take the time to actually create a space for a moment to happen. So that's the best advice that I've been given.
I really love that. I would like to take this moment to tell our listeners it's not too late to start now with that.
You could change your life today. We'll call this the altar call.
Let's just say I have not been the best version of myself.
Come at the cross.
Through the quarantine. I've not had a lot of proud moments during the quarantine, but I can start today.
Wait for it. You can.
Oh, here it comes. Feel it. I feel it. I feel it.
The shit.
Boom.
At any moment.
Shape it, rub it down.
At any moment.
You can do all of those things right now.
Today.
Right now.
New memories.
Give your life over. Give your life over.
Give your life over today.
Somebody wants to get saved
today.
It's your children, apparently.
So far, what my kids will remember from quarantine are things I don't want them to put
falling
in their book.
apart. Falling apart.
Yeah, don't do that. Can I go next?
Yes, please.
Okay, all right. So the next one I believe I learned from you all, from mothering alongside you all. Oh, no. Y'all just touch me. All right. And it is to remember that my children are not my own to shape into whatever vision I have for them, right?
To shape.
Or to shape. They're not. They're not clay for my molding. So they're their own beings who have their own destiny, and I need to oftentimes get out of their way instead of trying to shape them into anything. So thank you all for teaching me that.
And that's hard. Because as Black parents, we fear that if we are not in control, something bad can happen to our children. So that's hard.
Yeah. Somewhere, Akila S. Richards is looking at us so proud.
She is.
She's like, look at what I had raised.
We have grown.
We have grown. We appreciate you.
She's so proud of us right now. My best advice came, I think I've shared this story, when I worked in foster care and I would visit foster youth. And I think I've shared the story where I would go to this woman's house and it was always clean. And she had small children. I had small children. She was taking care of her like step grandchildren. I was like internally judging myself because here I was with these small kids working. At the time I was living with a band, so I definitely should have been judging myself, but I couldn't keep the house clean. I couldn't stay on top of everything.
Healing in real time, y'all.
And I was healing in real time. I was living with the band. I was really judging myself for all these things. And finally, one day I broke down and I asked her, I said, how do you keep this house so clean? It's like I snapped. And she was like, oh, baby, I don't do this. And she showed me she hired somebody to come clean the house once a week. And I was like, what? Like, I never imagined that we could get help. That I thought we had to do it all ourselves. The thing that was interesting is, rules are different for Black people. I just want y'all to know. Yes, there's certain guidelines. You're not supposed to share information. But that's not how we live. She knew I lived 2 blocks over. Right? She knew because we Black. She ended up sending the woman to my house.
That's the best part.
And I was like, oh my God. And I think from that moment on, and I still have to remind myself, you all helped me with this. She taught me like, it isn't gonna look perfect. It's not gonna be perfect. And you're gonna still need to get help. Like mothering is not just you. You have to be open to let other people mother, whether that's somebody coming to clean the house, somebody come to cook the food. We're all mothering, at all times. Like and that this design is not of us. This design is not of our creation. Like we had full villages of mothers and plenty of hands. And so, that a game changer for me. And it was like the best revelation. I think from that point on, motherhood shifted in terms of like feeling like it's all on me. I started to allow more of a village in my life to help me care for my kids. Like Crystal was, I don't know if you were living with us at that time, but you became part of that village. You had a baby in your hands at all times, while I was cooking and stuff like that. They was in your room and your stuff. I just think that sometimes mother and at times marriage can be like being in a vortex. You don't let people know what you're thinking or feeling or experiencing because you don't want to look like you're failing. And that was a moment where it was like, no, show us what you're going through so we can give you what you need.
Yeah. And when you allow that help to come in, it helps you to focus more on joy in
Yeah.
motherhood. So you're not just doing and on this constant schedule with your kids, but if someone else is cooking or cleaning, it helps you to really be able to engage your kids and really build relationship.
Or just have your own joy.
Yes.
Just have your own joy, so that when they come ask you for the 15th time for the same thing you told them 15 times, they can't
You
have.
don't snap.
You don't throw a shoe at them. Like,
you can start over today.
Like on the clock systems.
Audience,
We can start over today. We can shape the ship.
Even if you threw that shoe this morning.
We can shape the ship, even if it happened in the morning. So this is our last one. What dream experience do you want to have with your children? I'm excited about this answer. Okay, go.
This question is really important to me because I feel like we're big manifestors. Real talk, we do manifest a lot of stuff. Like when I go back and listen to our episodes and see where we are now, we do manifest a lot of stuff. So that's why I love this question.
I love that.
My dream experience for my children is I want them to pick a place on the map and we go there, like anywhere in the world. Because I feel like travel really opens your mind and your perspective. I know it changed my life as a kid, and I realized that the world was so much bigger than the small town that I was growing up in. And it gave me the courage to leave home and go out and explore it. I know so many people who went to high school, college, and live in all the same places. And I never really thought about that until Rashad was asking me one day, how did you get the courage to just go? And it was really my childhood and traveling to different places that just said, the world is so big and you can go out there and get what you want. And I think traveling really did that for me.
Nikisha?
I love that. That's actually very similar to the one that I had. I wasn't going to let them choose, but let me keep it real.
That's about trusting their choice and what they intuitively want to explore.
So they put their finger on Siberia. We got to go. We got to just put furs on. And
Nikisha, the key is to only show them a map with countries you want to go to.
Okay.
This is the whole world. This continent right here.
That's it. Where on this continent would you like to go?
It's like, where's Iran? Where's Iraq?
It's not on here. They're closed right now.
Where's China? All these countries would have magically disappeared.
Where's China? Maybe don't pick them a place, but give them an area.
Yeah, like the Caribbean.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Give them a little bit of choice.
Yeah.
A smidge.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give them a smidge.
A smidge is fine. Control the choices.
So because I had my children at a certain age, I'm going to be of a certain age by the time they're all grown and out of my house. Right. So really just be healthy and, really still active, able to fully enjoy them as adults and their children. I really, really pray to be around and to be in good shape and to be able to,
I'm holding up the juice cleanse.
Maybe after she finishes the in front of her.
That plate has sauteed spinach and salmon and grits and biscuits. It's a balance.
For breakfast, right? Oh, niggas eating salmon for breakfast?
Listen.
Is this how we at? This is where we at?
That was leftover from some salmon dinner. He was repurposing the salmon.
Okay.
So,
I just want to check in.
Where was I? So yeah, I would like to manifest. I'm gonna throw it out there to the universe to just be healthy and well and living my best empty nest life. They brought me this child with the diaper full.
Hey, Stella.
Diaper full. Yeah. Look at aunties. So they did me dirty, y'all. They did me dirty. They did me dirty.
Them bows is holding on.
Girl, them bows is holding on for dear life.
That's the only place she got a little pet.
Holding on.
Them bows is holding on.
Girl. So I would like to manifest that I will be in my right mind. Right mind. When they have grown up and they have their children, I will be able to experience the joy of grandchildren and send them home.
Everybody has these deep answers, and the Keisha's like, I just want to be healthy enough to enjoy an empty nest.
That's it. That was deep.
The question was a dream with your children.
I said to enjoy their kids one day and send them home. Got my blood pressure up.
Yeah, do you have a dream experience?
Do I have a dream? I have envisioned this dream multiple times. So I'm a fiction writer. I have a dream of publishing novels, and I have a vision of
You
sitting.
will publish novels.
I will publish novels, and I have a dream of those novels becoming films or television shows. And so I envision sitting with my daughters at the premiere of the film or the television show, and like just really watching them more than the screen to see them see the process from mommy spending these hours writing on this book to mommy's trying to edit to mommy's trying to get published to like all the things. And then
look at Auntie Crystal on screen. Doesn't she look fantastic?
Auntie
Shouldn't
Crystal
she
on
get
the
an
screen.
Oscar?
So
And
you
Auntie
think
Nikisha's in her right mind, still in her
in
right
her
mind.
right mind, head wrap to the gods,
That's it.
head wrap to the gods. And again, that's another one of those moments where I just see like the limitations lift off of them, and then really see how it's all very, very, very possible. So that's a big one for me. That's a big dream for me. I would love for that to happen.
That is awesome.
And that is all of our questions.
Our mac and cheese.
We dug deep.
segment.
We dug deep, y'all.
We did.
We dug deep.
We do want to hear from our listeners about your favorite TV mom, film moms, book characters, creatives, your favorite mom moments with your moms, with your children, and your dream experience that you want to have with them. So we do want to hear from our listeners on that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right, listeners, now it's the time we turn to our next segment, which is Black Mama Say, where we put a little bit of our spin on things Black mamas have been saying forever and ever and ever. Today's Black Mama Say is not today. Who's first?
Go ahead, Crystal. Let me think.
So in keeping with my theme for the 2020 election on all of Black Mama Say, so my
I'm
Black...
glad this is an update because, I don't know shit that's going on.
So my Black Mama Say is to Joe Biden, since you are the presumed Democratic nominee for president, I want to say, when you build out your surrogates, your staff, and in particular, your VP, I don't want to see no white folks on the stage. Not today. I have voted for enough white people, and I'm going to have to vote for you. So not today, not tomorrow.
What if it's Elizabeth Warren?
I don't want to see.
You said what you said.
I think that I was pretty...
You were clear.
Clear.
I just wanted to check.
Not today. I want to see all Black everything. That's what I want to see. You know how like when you see a team, you like, oh, they only got one Black girl. I want to look on the stage, however y'all do it. If it's going to be a Zoom where y'all have to do
if it's going to be
a Zoom call where y'all got to do the convention or whatever, how you want to do it. When I look at the picture, when I see the optics, I want to say, ooh, they only got one white person. That's what I want to see. So, so not
today.
Today, do I want to see any more white people being your surrogate, being your spokesperson, all that? I just want to see Black people. I just want
everywhere.
To see Black people everywhere, because it is going to take all my strength to pull myself to the poll and cast a vote for you, Joe Biden. But I will do it because I'm in South Carolina and clearly my life is on the line.
And you have to do
and
something.
My only hope
you have to do something
is the federal government. So if you could, I just want to see all Black everything. P.S. Stacey Abrams is the only right pick for VP. That's it. That's what I have. That's what I have.
She says she is ready, qualified, and able to do the job. Boom.
Ooh.
Just waiting for her phone call. She said it.
Oh, did she say it?
She said that.
Shit. Okay, so, in this time of COVID-19, there's a lot of financial hardships and setbacks. There's a lot of opportunities to delay bill payments. People might be coming to talk about refinancing something. There's advertisements like, we're here to help you. Just let us know what you need. Black folks will be thinking, what I need is you to cancel out this debt. What I need is you to give me this cable for free. What I need is for you to not cut off my phone.
All that.
And listen, I don't know about everywhere. In the state of California, they cannot cut off the utilities right now. And one day, Black people, we will receive our 40 acres and a mule in the form of all debts being wiped out. But I need you to know that today, it's not today. It's not today. It's not today. So when you call it in and making these arrangements and you're feeling like, woo, we got extra money for 2-3 months, the tab will come due, okay? And then you're going to be like, why this bill? Well, COVID-19 didn't cancel the bill. It postponed it, but you were still ordering them on-demand movies.
Oh, God.
Still want to watch your data usage. You still want to watch your water. There is a day where we will get our 40 acres and a mule. Today is not today. It's not today.
Today is not
it's
today.
Not today.
The day is not today.
You know what is my peoples in 90 days getting kicked out of everywhere, living with no water? I just don't want that for you. And I know how exciting it is when they delay the payment. You like, ooh, I can get something that Amazon is still delivering, but it is not the best choice. And I am not a financial guru, but what I know, for sure is they ain't never gave us shit for free.
Nope.
So read the fine print. Angelino, you got your Angelino card. It's not refillable. I just need us to think this through. This is not reparations. It's not today. It's not today.
Not a single lie detected.
Not a single lie. I just thought we should put that out.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Some people need to know that, payday is going to come in terms of when they need to pay up.
And that's not you getting paid. That's them getting paid.
So I would like to just bring us back full circle to our original discussion where we talked about refugees coming over to California, where we have a nice bubble.
Oh, my God.
We got some wonderful policies in place. Folks are staying home. They go out there wearing their masks only when needed.
We got child care for our essential workers.
So I would just like to say, don't come here. Not today. Don't bring it here. Not today. Okay, we're trying to stay well. We don't need y'all to bring your diseased selves on over here.
The views and the opinions of some of the hosts of Dim Black Mamas podcast do not reflect the views and opinions of all the hosts of Dim Black Mamas podcast.
See, this is discrimination. The ones in California we get no say. It's discrimination. This is reverse discrimination.
The views don't reflect everyone.
Keisha's back. Wrap it up.
They're trying to record. This was Aria trying to change a diaper.
Okay.
She tried to be helpful and she got a little.
Disgusting thing I've ever done. Goodbye.
This is the most disgusting thing I've ever done, she says. She got somewhere halfway through.
Was it a poop?
It was a poop. Not even a messy one, but somewhere halfway through, she got overwhelmed and just started throwing wipes at the baby's butt. She just started throwing wipes at the baby's bottom. I had to go intervene, y'all. I had to go help her out. That's not the way to get it off. Shayla, you survived, girl. Can you take her on her? Thank you. All right, I'll be right out.
I hope that your dream experience comes true, Nikisha.
I do too.
It doesn't look likely in this moment, but just
it will be there. It will be there.
Yes.
I hold space.
Yes.
I'll save you a seat at the premiere.
Thank you.
You
Thank you. I ain't bringing no.
Don't bring no kids.
No kids.
You want to take us out?
Yes, listeners. Thank you. Thank you for your. Thank you for sticking with us, riding with us. If you want to find us on social media, find us on Facebook, Instagram at Dim Black Mamas.
And don't forget to check out our website, www.dimblackmamas.com. You can also send us your thoughts about the show and show us some love and ask us some questions at dimblackmamas@gmail.com.
And be sure to listen and subscribe to our sister podcast,
Our baby sister
podcast, Shaping the Shift, and also our other sister podcast, Intercultured Podcast with Anya Dula.
Yes.
And if you're a Black mom in need of love and support, follow Black Moms Connection on IG and join the Black Moms Connection Facebook group. And also, if you're a woman of color interested in starting a podcast, follow Women of Color Podcasters on IG and join that Facebook group as well. And we wish you
joy,
freedom.
But we've got to work on that.
We do.
It sounds very Disney. It sounds like we're acting on Disney. Okay.
Stay up, my nigga.
Namaste. Shit. Namaste.
Stay up.
That's all we got.
That's all we got.